Have you ever wondered how the CEO of a massive company like Microsoft actually gets through their day? Well, today we are getting an incredibly rare look inside Satya Nadella's personal AI playbook. We're talking about the exact prompts he uses to stay on top of everything. This isn't just some theory, this is how it's being done at the absolute highest level. So really, how do you run your day when you're in charge of one of the biggest tech companies on the planet? I mean, the challenge is just enormous, right? You've got constant meetings, endless projects, and this overwhelming flood of information coming at you 24/7. The old way of doing things just can't keep up anymore. But a new approach is already here, and according to Nadella himself, AI has become a core part of his daily routine. He talks about it adding this whole new layer of intelligence across everything he does. So, this isn't just some tool he pulls out once in a while. It is fundamental to how he actually works. So let's dive into this playbook. We can basically break it down into 3 key areas that he focuses on every single day. Okay, first up, mastering your meetings. We all know meetings can be a total black hole for our time. Nadella's whole approach here is to use AI not just to, schedule them, but to strategically prep for them. The goal is to turn every single conversation into a real productive step forward. So check this out. Here's his first prompt. Instead of just walking into a meeting cold, he asks the AI to analyze his entire history with a specific person. It's all about understanding the human element. Like, what are their concerns? What are their priorities going to be? What are they probably going to bring up? And boom, the AI delivers. It scans all the past emails, all the chats, and creates this custom briefing. It's kind of like having an advisor with a perfect memory of every single interaction you've ever had. It lets him walk in already understanding where the other person is coming from. It's just hyper-efficient preparation. But then, he takes it a step further. The second prompt gets way more specific. He can point the AI to one key email and basically say, hey, prep me for the next meeting about this project, and pull in all the context from related discussions. And this is where you really see the power. The AI isn't just giving you a summary of one document, it's connecting the dots between that email, what the team's been chatting about, manager feedback, all of it into one single coherent briefing. You walk in with the full picture every single time. So this whole connecting the dots thing is absolutely critical. Now let's see how he applies that exact same logic, not just to people, but to commanding entire projects. Any leader faces this challenge of tracking really complex projects. Your information is scattered absolutely everywhere, in emails, in chats, in different documents. The goal here is to use AI to just cut through all that noise and get a really clear top-down view of what's happening. I mean, just look at this prompt. It's a command to synthesize everything related to a project. Not just the raw data, but the context from all the meetings and all the side conversations. He's literally asking for a full strategic review on demand. And the output here, this is what's truly mind-blowing. The AI isn't just summarizing, it is analyzing. It's identifying risks, it's flagging what competitors are doing, and it even preps him for the tough questions he's probably going to face. This isn't an assistant. This is a strategic partner. Okay, this next prompt is fascinating because it shifts from a qualitative summary to a hard, quantitative answer. He's not asking for someone's opinion. He's asking for a data-driven probability of success, a number. So the really crucial part is how the AI gets to that number. It synthesizes all these different complex data streams, engineering reports, results from pilot programs, known risk assessments, and boils it all down into one clear signal. And this is the payoff, a single data-backed number that just cuts right through all the ambiguity. Is the project on track? Yes, with an 85% probability. That is the kind of clarity that lets you make big decisions with confidence. So, after mastering meetings and getting projects under control, there's one last critical resource you have to manage: your own time and your own focus. So this final area is all about introspection. It's about using AI to get an objective, data-driven look at your own work habits. Where are the hours really going versus where you think they're going? There's often a huge difference. This prompt is basically asking the AI to run a personal workflow audit. By just analyzing a month's worth of his calendar and his email, it can reverse engineer what his real priorities are based on his actual activity. The AI basically acts like the world's most diligent executive assistant. It just sifts through a whole month of data, automatically categorizes everything into a handful of key projects and then quantifies the time spent on each. It does something in seconds that would take a human analyst hours, maybe even days. And here's the result, a simple visual breakdown. This chart tells you instantly if your time allocation actually matches your strategic priorities. Are you really spending 35% of your time on your most important project? This gives you the hard data to know for sure. So we've seen how he manages meetings, how he manages projects, and even how he manages his own time. So what's the big picture here? What does this whole playbook tell us about the future of work? Well, this isn't just about automation or simple productivity hacks. This is about elevating AI to the role of a reasoning partner. It becomes an assistant that doesn't just fetch data for you, but actually helps you think by synthesizing information, by analyzing it, and even by predicting what's going to happen next. When you boil it all down, every single one of these prompts has the same fundamental goal. They are all designed to take the chaotic, scattered data of our daily work lives and transform it into clear, actionable, strategic insight. Which really just leaves us with one final, and I think pretty provocative question. If you had an AI that could see all your emails, your calendar, and your projects, what's the one critical question you would ask it to help you do your absolute best work? Something to think about.